The plot or story: the story is about our main protagonist Akira. Akira tried to get isekai into a better anime, but Truck-kun betrayed him, and he was only comatose for 16 years. His brother, a genius sex doll maker, makes his favorite doll from 16 years ago to save him, where it's revealed the main character is now just a dumb brain. I've seen over 600 anime, and this is the first 1 out of 10 I'm giving. This is pure garbage. It's so bad it gave me cancer. A kindergartner with 1-day experience in Blender could make a better anime. The CG is actually on the level of PS2 graphics, and it is haphazardly mixed with 2D animation in such a jarring way that it gives you a headache. With 4 episodes currently available, and the poor quality being consistent throughout, it is obvious that this wasn't just an isolated issue with some scenes or a particular episode, like what happened with the most recent 7 Deadly Sins seasons, but rather a systemic problem with the entire production of the show. Seriously, I don't know how this got made, how it passed quality control, if there was any, how it got approved to stream after being delivered to Crunchyroll in this state. Everyone involved in this project should be embarrassed and not be anywhere near anime production in the future. I have nothing more to say about this horrible show. Don't waste your precious time watching a single minute of this travesty. Before I start this review, read the fucking manga. I'm asking myself who let this 3D clusterfuck of an anime be greenlit. Not Crunchyroll, but the individual who saw this piece of shit and said, "Hey, looks pretty good. We should upload this trailer." I swear to God I will rip my eyes out if I see another X-Arm episode. What if I'm already fucking myself? Behind this simple insult lurks a universal paradox that can put your sexuality in question. Let's do a simple experiment. Imagine the two of us standing in front of each other. I, of course, am wearing a pair of jeans that cover my genitals and my ass. You then order me to go fuck myself. I may already be fucking myself. I might as well not be fucking myself anymore. Until my cock and its position in relation to my ass are observed, it is simultaneously in my ass, but it is also out of it, thus, it remains in superposition. The moment you lay eyes on my penis, the two states collide and become one of them. You may have already guessed what the problem is here. As soon as a single photon reflected by my dick enters any of your eyes, you become gay. The only way to avoid this is to not watch my penis. But if you don't look at it, you'll never know if your insult had any effect, making it meaningless. Since you already did the insult, now you are also overlapping. Either you are wrong or you are gay. It's really unfortunate you dug your own grave without even realizing it. All you can do now is accept and learn from your mistakes. Poetry in motion, and then the motion stops, and then the character is 50 frames from where they were initially, and then the motion starts again. Wow. After I watched X-Arm I was baffled how bad it is, the animation and the story. I was thinking, what's the meaning of life? Does it take a bad anime to reunite anime fans and weebs alike? Can it solve world hunger? Can it solve all of the world's problems? X-Arm is something out of Plato's philosophy. Peak humanity 10/10ths, and this review isn't even mentioning how good this is. Peak anime. Peak humanity. The story, 10 out of 10, a classic case of so bad it's good, like The Room for X. Nobody can admit The Room is good, but guess what, it reunites movie fan 2 saying it's shit. Animation, 10 out of 10, same as the story. Art out of 10, uninspired mess that looks like it came straight out of DeviantArt. Love it. Character 10 out of 10, the character really resonates me. Sound 10 out of 10, YouTube stock footage. Enjoyment 10 out of 10, so bad but the flip side a masterpiece. Every other countries in the world needs X-Arm as a truce figure. Enjoyment 10 out of 10, enjoyable mess that I love. There are so many wonderful ways to screw up an anime, and in the course of my time watching anime I have seen a lot of those ways. From anime that are completely ruined by weird directional choices, to anime that completely misunderstand how to tackle a subject, to the anime that are just plain boring. But X-Arm is new to me because this anime was destined for failure since these words were uttered out. What if we hired a director that has no experience in anime to make an anime? This is the anime equivalent of a car crash, and I have adored seeing the increasing casualties of the last 12 weeks. It's utter dog shit, and I hate it and love it simultaneously. You ever seen The Room? Yeah, think that, but anime. That's what we're talking here, a display of utter incompetence that still has some sort of attempt at something in there that makes you wince, yet appreciate what little effort is shown. This is both a modern tragedy and a modern masterpiece. Truly, the human mind boggles at the mere concept of this anime, a relatively okay manga turned part CG part 2D, by a company with literally zero prior experience in either medium. Story, I can barely remember it. It sure was a string of tangentially related events, though. And they were pretty okay? Mostly because it had the decent source to go off of. Art, ha 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 ha. Sound, I think I heard more than I watched due to how much time my eyes were squeezing shut from violent distaste. Character, I love chesticles. Enjoyment, as previously stated, this was absolutely horrible to sit through, yet positively amazing to watch due to said horrific natures. I actually cannot believe it, but I am fully convicted in giving this a 10 for enjoyment. Overall, if you're extremely masochistic and like subjecting yourself to terrible media, such as the aforementioned classic The Room, watch this dumpster fire and take in all the fumes. If you don't hate yourself, steer well clear. I have finally made it through X-Arm. And I am not best pleased with the results. By now, you've all heard the basics, so I won't bore you with the plot summary. Part of that is because it is so bloody stupid as to defy logic, decency, common sense, and the causality of the universe. And part of it is because my brain cells are currently voting to unionize so that they have a stronger voice when the rest of me gets the stupid idea to watch shitty anime.